Welcome to Mr. Leek's free science tutorials. In this video, I'm going to be answering the question, describe how uranium is used in a power plant and how is it controlled? Right, so uranium, standard elements that's used in power plants, in Sellafield, in all sorts of different power plants around the country and around the world. Usually pretty safe, obviously until something very, very drastic goes wrong. And what you've got to be able to do is you've got to be able to know how the uranium is actually used in the power plant and how we control it. They don't just chuck uranium into something and use the heat to make electricity. It has to be an incredibly controlled nuclear reaction. Now, what they have is they have things called fuel rods and control rods. A fuel rod, and sort of the way to look at this is, if you think about lots and lots of circles, right, lots and lots of circles, right, in this one great big massive room. And these circles are the tops of big long tubes. The top of the one tube is a fuel rod, and the top of the tubes around it are then control rods. And what a fuel rod has is made of uranium-238 enriched with uranium-235, only about 3% of it. And what they are is long and thin and allow neutrons to escape. So basically, when that uranium is inside there, inside the actual fuel rods, what it's doing is constantly decaying and allowing neutrons to come out of it. All the way around, the control rods are then made of boron. And what they do is they control the rate of the reaction. And boron absorbs excess neutrons. So what you've got is you've got your fuel rod with uranium in it, boron control rods all the way around the outside. If too much neutrons comes out of this fuel rod, the boron rods are then put into it to then reduce the amount of neutrons made. If you then want the reaction to go faster, what you then do is you've got this rod here, that rod then comes out and it allows this reaction in the fuel rod to happen a little bit faster. It's also controlled, the whole area is then encased in concrete. Now, neutrons are hazardous to humans, right? Now, they have thick concrete shield to protect the workers. That's well spelt concrete. Okay, so the neutrons are hazardous to humans, so they have thick concrete shield to protect the workers. So, describe how uranium is used in a power plant and how is it controlled. Uranium is used in a power plant as fuel rods, and it is made of uranium-238 that's enriched with uranium-235. It is in long, thin tubes that allow neutrons to escape. It is controlled by control rods that are made of boron. They control the rate of the reaction because boron absorbs excess neutrons. It is also controlled by an encased in concrete because neutrons are hazardous to humans. Thick concrete shield protect the workers. Make sure you spelled concrete correctly. Okay, so that answers the question. Describe how uranium is used in a power plant and how is it controlled.